Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first YouTube video, so yay for me. The reason why I'm making this video is because I felt that it was very important for me to share with you guys how I was able to pass the pharmacy technician exam on my first try. So in this video, I'll be telling you guys the ways in which I prepared and studied for the exam in hopes that it will benefit you guys on your way to becoming certified pharmacy technician as I am now. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right in. First thing I recommend is to find a study partner. Now guys, I'm not talking about a random person, I'm not talking about that friend, I'm talking about that friend that you know is serious and is wanting to pass the pharmacy technician exam. Why I feel like it is important for you to find a study partner is because, for one, it holds each other accountable. So I know for myself, for a fact, if I'm going to meet up with a study partner, I don't want to be behind on what I was supposed to know in as far as studying a chapter or go over notes. I don't want to be that person because it makes me seem like I'm not interested, I'm not taking this serious. So definitely find somebody that you know is serious and can be held accountable for. Another reason why I feel like finding a study partner is important is because for some reason that I may not know something and I need clarification on, your partner is able to let you know, or vice versa. So it's like a beneficial relationship in both ways. My second tip is to set a deadline. Guys, you don't know how important this is. So I think I started studying mid-January, mid-January, one of those. And it took me months for me to schedule my pharmacy technician exam. Why? Is because I wasn't dedicated as much, because it was kind of like, oh, I have time, I'll brush it over, and then I'll go to a whole party, just having fun, not caring, and just in back of my mind, I would say I'm gonna study. And then when the actual date comes and that time where I'm supposed to be studying, I'm watching Netflix. And so I wasn't taking it serious until I set a deadline. So I basically just went to the pharmacy technician website where we registered to take the exam, and I just set a deadline, and I was like, you have to finish it by then, because if you don't, then it is what it is. So I set a deadline, and once I did that, it made me more focused on what is at stake here and what I actually want out of myself. It made me more organized. I was prioritizing my priorities. Oh, that sounded really cool, prioritize my priorities. But that's basically what I was doing. So I was shoving off events in order for me to study, and guys, I was living in the library. So setting a deadline just made me more focused and more organized. It made me plan out what I needed to do. And guys, I was setting time by this time I'm doing this section, by this time I'm doing that section, and I was following it to the T. So it just made me feel good. When you accomplish something, it just makes you feel good. So when I set my deadline, it was very much helpful in order for me to say, this is going to be my study time, I'm not doing anything. My third piece of advice, and actually my professor, she's the one that put me on game on this, is to go to a store, buy a big sheet of paper. You know those banner papers that you write in order to attract people? Go get you one of those, okay? That was very beneficial. So what I did with that sheet of paper is I wrote very important key terms. I wrote very important drug classifications like your statin. I wrote common drug laws and the formulas for your mathematics part. And so what I do is I would tape that paper onto my door, on the inside, of course, not the outside where somebody's walking in, but the inside when you're exiting. And what I do is each morning when I'm getting ready, I'm gonna recite what I wrote on that paper, or even just go through the whole paper. It made me retain more information and I was able to know what areas I was weak in and what areas that I was strong in. So I knew what to focus on. So it just kept, once you keep repeating things, you start understanding, like, oh, okay, I know what's coming next. So definitely setting that wallpaper up on your door will be very beneficial, and it's kind of like your pre-study, and that's how it was for me. So it was like pre-study. Okay, when I got to a question, I'm like, okay, I remember that. So definitely setting up that wallpaper in your room will be very beneficial. So my fourth tip is to teach it to someone. So this person could be a family member, your friend, your classmate, your coworker, a stranger, anyone. No, don't go to a stranger, but you get the point. So why I'm able to say that is because if you're able to teach it someone, that means you know the information. So you're not the person that's sitting down, you're actually the lecturer. So, and the lecturer has to know the information. So if you're able to tell somebody that, that means that you have mastered that concept. And if you find yourself stuttering, that tells you, okay, I need to go back to this area and, you know, apply more focus, more concentration on that, because it tells you, it makes you aware of your key areas and your strong areas, of course. So definitely being able to teach someone a certain concept or a tool means that you have mastered that information and you can now move on to the next phase. Okay guys, so my last piece of advice, if not the most important, is to take practice exams. So I know in my case it was very beneficial. I was able to familiarize myself with what potential questions could come my way. I was also able, again, to realize my strong areas and my weak areas. So when I was taking the practice exam, each question that I missed, you know, each question comes from a certain objective. So in the event that I miss a question, it made me realize, okay, which area I need to study more, because in the area that I got 90 to 100% or even 80%, I'm not going to spend as much studying time as I would on something that I got on 40%. So it made me realize, okay, I need to spend more time studying on this concept. Also, if you're like me, you suck at time management, so definitely taking time practice exam is going to be beneficial in your case, just allowing you to familiarize yourself with how it could go, the rate in which you need to answer your question. If you don't know the answer instantly, flag it, come back to it. Mark off the ones that you know for sure that you got 100% on and come back to the question. So taking practice exams, very beneficial as far as familiarizing yourself with the questions, and also, you know, time management, and it helps you realize what you have learned. Okay guys, that's it. Those were my tools in which I used in order to prepare for the pharmacy technician exam. Hope that this video was very beneficial for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you would like to see something or see me elaborate on more concept, please do let me know. But again, I do hope that this video was beneficial for you, and if you need clarification, also let me know. Hope you ladies and gents have a wonderful day. Bye.